Shepherd's pie is more than just a comforting classic. It's a dish that brings together the heartiest ingredients, rich flavors, and a sense of home in every bite. Whether you're preparing it for a family dinner or simply craving something warming and satisfying, this recipe is sure to become a favorite that you'll want to make again and again. Let's dive into every delicious detail, from the tender meat filling to the creamy mashed potato topping, and discover the secrets to crafting a shepherd's pie you'll truly love. Begin by selecting the freshest ingredients. The foundation of a traditional shepherd's pie is ground lamb, which imparts a distinct depth of flavor that sets this dish apart. If lamb isn't your preference, ground beef can be substituted, though the classic taste leans on lamb's savory richness. Gather aromatic vegetables, onion, carrots, and celery to create a base that's both sweet and earthy. Mince garlic for a punch of flavor, and have fresh thyme and rosemary on hand to elevate the filling with herbaceous notes. Next, prepare your potatoes. Choose a starchy variety like Yukon Gold or Russet, Annen, which will whip up into a creamy, fluffy topping. Peel and quarter the potatoes, then place them in a large pot and cover with cold water. Add a generous pinch of salt and bring to a boil. Simmer until the potatoes are fork tender, about 20 minutes. As the potatoes cook, set out butter and whole milk or cream. They will be key to the luscious texture of your mash. While the potatoes bubble away, turn your attention to the meat filling. Heat olive oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Add the chopped onions, carrots, and celery, sautéing until the vegetables are softened and fragrant. Stir in the minced garlic, letting it bloom for a minute or two. Then, add the ground lamb, breaking it up with a spoon as it browns. Allow the meat to cook until no pink remains, and the edges begin to caramelize. Lees for extra flavor. To build the filling, sprinkle in flour to help thicken the sauce later. Pour in tomato paste, stirring well so it coats the meat and vegetables. Deglaze the pan with a splash of red wine, scraping up any browned bits that cling to the skillet. They're packed with savory essence. If you prefer to skip the wine, beef broth works just as well. Add Worcestershire sauce for a tangy backbone, then drop in sprigs of thyme and rosemary. A bay leaf adds subtle complexity as the flavors meld. Pour in beef or lamb broth, enough to create a saucy, hearty consistency. Reduce the heat and let the mixture simmer, allowing the flavors to develop and the sauce to thicken. Stir in frozen peas for a pop of sweetness and color, then season generously with salt and pepper. Remove the herbs and bay leaf before assembling your pie. By now, your potatoes Chinese should be perfectly cooked. Drain them well and return them to the pot or a large bowl. Add butter and warm milk or cream, then mash until smooth and creamy. Taste and adjust seasoning, adding more salt if needed. For extra richness, fold in grated cheddar cheese or a spoonful of sour cream. A decadent touch that takes your mash to the next level. The assembly is where everything comes together. Spoon the savory meat mixture into a baking dish, spreading it evenly. Dollop the creamy mashed potatoes over the filling, using a spatula or the back of a spoon to smooth it out. For an appealing finish, use a fork to create ridges or swirls. These will crisp up in the oven, giving your shepherd's pie a golden, irresistible crust. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the dish on the middle rack and bake until the potatoes are lightly browned and the filling bubbles up around the edges, about 25 to 30 minutes. For an extra crispy topping, broil for a few minutes at the end, watching closely to prevent burning. As your shepherd's pie bakes, the aromas will fill your kitchen, hinting at the comfort and coziness to come. The combination of savory meat, sweet vegetables, and creamy potatoes creates a dish that is both satisfying and nourishing. When it's ready, allow it to cool for a few minutes before serving. This helps the flavor settle and makes for easier slicing. The first spoonful reveals layers of flavor. The mashed potatoes are silky and buttery, their golden top just crisp enough to contrast with the soft interior. Beneath, the meat filling is rich, savory, and perfectly seasoned, dotted with tender vegetables and sweet peas. Each bite delivers a balance of textures and tastes, creamy, meaty, and just a touch of sweetness. Shepherd's pie is a versatile dish, inviting you to customize it to your taste. For a lighter version, swap in ground turkey or chicken. Add extra vegetables like mushrooms, corn, or parsnips for more depth. Try mixing in fresh parsley or chives with the mashed potatoes for a burst of green. If you love cheese, sprinkle grated cheddar or Parmesan over the top before baking. Pair your shepherd's pie with a simple green salad or steamed vegetables for a well-rounded meal. Crusty bread is perfect for soaking up the savory sauce, and a glass of red wine or a hearty ale completes the experience. The dish is even better the next day as the flavors continue to meld. Simply reheat in the oven for a comforting lunch or dinner. Beyond its deliciousness, shepherd's pie is a dish that brings people together. It's the kind of meal that invites conversation, laughter, and lingering at the table. Whether you're serving it on a chilly night or at a festive gathering, it offers warmth and satisfaction that few dishes can match. The process of making it, from chopping vegetables to mashing potatoes, can become a cherished ritual, especially when shared with family or friends. If you're making shepherd's pie for the first time, take your time and savor each step. Cooking is as much about the journey as the destination. Taste as you go, adjusting the seasoning and ingredients to suit your preferences. The recipe is forgiving and adaptable, welcoming your creativity. You may find that shepherd's pie quickly becomes a staple in your kitchen. It's perfect for meal prep, as it reheats beautifully and can be made ahead of time. Freeze individual portions for quick and satisfying dinners, or prepare a double batch to feed a crowd. The leftovers are just as tasty, making it a practical choice for busy weeks. To elevate your shepherd's pie even further, consider making homemade gravy to serve alongside. A simple pan sauce made from beef broth, flour, and a splash of wine adds another layer of richness. Drizzle it over each serving for a luxurious finish. Garnish with fresh herbs, such as parsley or thyme, for a pop of color and freshness. For those seeking a vegetarian option, replace the meat with lentils, mushrooms, and extra vegetables. The same technique applies, ensuring a filling that is hearty and flavorful. Season well and use vegetable broth to create a delicious base. Top with your favorite mashed potatoes, whether classic, sweet potato, or even cauliflower for a lighter twist. No matter how you choose to personalize your shepherd's pie, the essence of the dish remains the same. Comfort, flavor, and a touch of nostalgia. It's a meal that honors tradition while welcoming innovation. Each time you make it, you'll discover something new, a tweak to the seasoning, a fresh ingredient, or a new way to serve and enjoy it. As you savor the final product, let each bite remind you of the care and attention that went into its creation. Shepherd's pie is more than just food. It's an experience, a memory, and a celebration of simple, honest ingredients. Whether you're cooking for yourself, your family, or a gathering of friends, this recipe is sure to bring smiles and satisfaction. So gather your ingredients, roll up your sleeves, and embark on the delicious adventure of making shepherd's pie. Embrace the process, enjoy the aromas, and anticipate the moment when you bring the bubbling, golden dish to the table. With each forkful, you'll taste the love and tradition that make this classic recipe truly unforgettable. If you haven't tried making shepherd's pie before, now is the perfect time. With its straightforward steps and approachable ingredients, it's a dish that welcomes cooks of all levels. And once you've tasted your own homemade version, you'll understand why this recipe is cherished by so many. It's hearty, flavorful, and endlessly comforting. The kind of meal that makes every day a little bit better. So whether you're celebrating a special occasion or simply seeking a comforting dinner, shepherd's pie is a choice you'll never regret. Its layers of flavor and satisfying textures are sure to win you over. From the first bite to the last, you'll be reminded of why this classic remains a beloved favorite in kitchens around the world. Enjoy every moment and every mouthful of your delicious shepherd's pie.